Y'all, it's time to finish the Mountain to Sea Trail via kayak. I'm so excited. Let's go. This 171-mile river trail follows the Neuse River in North Carolina. We used a couple of different apps along with the official Mountain to Sea Trail guide to plan our logistics. The trail starts in Smithfield, so that's where we started. We planned to kayak 16.5 miles to Howell Woods Learning Center. The guide warned us there would be very few spots for the next 32 miles to Waynesboro to camp, which we found out no longer allows camping, but there's a campground across the way. Either way, a long day. Then we planned to camp around Seven Springs, about a 28-mile day. Kinston, North Carolina, about a 25-mile day, which would allow us to resupply. The Court Creek Landing Campground, a 26-mile day. Around here is where the river is supposed to get wider, up to 2 miles wide, with the possibility of waves. So our next day would be a little unknown. We'd stop somewhere around New Bern, and then ending the trail at Cherry Branch in Havelock, North Carolina, where I would walk 2 miles back to my car. We did plan out backup spots and gave ourselves an extra day just in case. I planned this journey with a friend and started out by dropping my car off at the terminus and planned to take Amtrak back to Smithfield. Okay, a lift from the trailhead to the bus stop said it was going to be like $140. Like, what? Okay. Yeah. What about from this road? Still like $130. If I go a mile and a half closer to town on this road, then it was like 20. Like, what? Well, 20-25 if it was a wait and save, or if, scheduled for right now. I was like, well, right now I'm not there. And by the time I get there, it's gonna be a whole lot shorter of time to get to the bus on time. So I went ahead and scheduled, which like doubled the price, but still like, okay, 40 is way better than 140. So just got a couple miles to walk to get to where the lift is gonna pick me up. Quick note from the future, barely any of our trip went according to plan, so if you're planning on doing this, don't try to copy that planned mileage. Continuing on, I left my car at Havelock, took the bus to the train station where I waited for 5 hours, and then made it to Smithfield. I've been sitting on a wooden bench for like 4 hours. So now I'm walking laps around the building because I cannot sit on that bench any longer. Okay, good morning. I made it to the hotel. I'm going to be I'm not hiking. I'm going to be kayaking. I'm going to be kayaking with my friend. She's down getting breakfast. Now there is plenty of parking at the Smithfield boat ramp, but it's also downtown and there's a lot of homeless people, so we opted to leave our car at the hotel, which we had permission for, and then Lara, my friend, walked 2 miles back while I hung out with the kayaks. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Nice cinematic shot. Huh? Nice cinematic shot. Backwards. Mile 0. Day 1. We have just cast off and heading down the river. We're currently in a drought, so we were definitely worried about the water levels, but it said they were 4 feet in Smithfield, so we figured we should be good. We hoped we could at least average 3 miles an hour. Our plan for the first day was to take it as easy as possible to save energy for our very long next day. However, we pretty quickly realized that wasn't going to happen as we got stuck on sandbar after sandbar after sandbar. We had to constantly navigate back and forth across the river to avoid trees and sandbars. It was definitely fun, but we were definitely going slower than 3 miles an hour. How on earth were we supposed to navigate 32 miles the next day? Finally, we made it to the Howell Woods Environmental Center campsite. Okay, we finished day 1. We had a little trouble finding this slough because the water level is low and so it's dried up, but they did have a little rope so you could just barely see. Once you get within like 20 feet, then you can finally see it. So we are pulled up as best we can. And I don't think anyone's gonna steal the kayaks, but they are tied up in case water levels. Okay, here's the slough. Here's the step. The step comes up to my hips, and Lara is definitely shorter than me. Sorry.
Are you gonna toss me the rope?
Yes, but I'm getting out of the way so you can. Okay. Okay, so there's a rope. Okay, she's got a stick, a rope, the best.
Okay.
As much as possible. The mud is so thick and slippery, and it's steep. Ah.
You know what? My foot didn't go all the way in.
Oh yes, good. He landed on a stick. But that step is still higher than your hips.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, there's kind of a little.
You can tell, Chad,
Step sort of
that
thing.
this is like me getting into a stroke. Okay.
There we go.
Here we go.
Time to rock climb up. Time to rock climb up wood.
There we go.
There we
Got
go. Yay!
Yeah, this is usually covered.
That's not even the only step. We have more steps to go up, and each one is taller than me. By the time we get to the top, it feels like we're on top of a house. It took us over an hour to get all our gear up to the campsite. Probably hard to see, but an owl just came to have a look at us. Just flew over. This way here. Let me see. Oh, there he is. Hello. Hi. Nice to meet you. The campsite was nice. It had a platform, a changing room, a trash can, a couple of picnic tables. It did not have anywhere to go to the bathroom and even had a sign that said no cat holes. So at least I'm glad we brought some doggy bags. We did call beforehand to reserve the site, and we were told that when we get there is water by the pay station, so we didn't need to pay over the phone. When we got there, we realized the pay station was 5 miles away. So we ended up calling back later to pay. The next day, after a couple hours of packing up and getting the kayaks loaded, we headed out for our long day. Some of the boat ramps were way too high out of the water, which helped confirm our idea that I think water levels are low. At least with all the sandbars we kept getting stuck on, it made it easy to get in and out to go to the bathroom. We found water! I just got back in the kayak. I mean, I know we've been on lots of water, but it's gross and lots of trash and brown and stuff. This water is suspiciously very clear, but we are grateful to have it, just in case we were gonna run out. Because we are not going to make it to our destination tonight. The guide said this section was 30 miles long. When I did the math with the app, it said it's 36.4 miles. After 24 miles, it was starting to get dark, so we picked a random bank and stopped there for the night. Okay, we very nearly just had a tragedy. Okay, so we're camping up there in the trees up on higher bank, like up there, but we were eating dinner down here, and Lara dropped her sleeping bag, or it fell out of the bag, and went rolling off down the bank into this is definitely downhill. That's pretty steep. I barely caught it in time. I had to like dive and got a little bit scratched up like through my cooking pot, but sleeping bag saved. Good morning. It's really hard to pack up a kayak when you're sinking ankle deep in mud. So much mud. Almost ready to go. Within 5 minutes, we got stuck on another sandbar. Sometimes it's easier to just get out and pull the kayak. I already did that. I'm back in the kayak. We're still pulling. The whole trip we watched for otters. By the end, I can say we definitely are not sure if we ever saw one. We did see beavers, muskrats, and a mink. We were also visited by multiple herons and bald eagles. Seeing the wildlife is probably one of my favorite parts of these trips. I just picked up a new little friend. Hello. So I kept expecting there to be a bunch of sand, so we brought like little brooms to sand. No, it's mud. Like, trying to get out there, I sunk into the mud up to here. Sometimes bathroom breaks are just exhausting. After a quick resupply in Seven Springs, we watched a snake catch a fish. Oh, do we have a snake eating a fish? So cool. Since water levels were low, no rain was in the forecast, and there were no scheduled water releases, we decided to follow the locals' advice and start staying on the sandbars instead of stressing to get to campgrounds. 3 days done, or so I thought as I was woken up in the night to floodlights. Turns out we were camped next to a military base which had a boat going by. After listening to Reverie while we packed up, we headed off towards the cliffs of Neuse. We have yet again another impossible to get out of the boat because of the mud. Like, oh, I've already lost one shoe. Okay, the sign says canoe tie up is that way. I don't know what's that way because, I mean, there's this dried up little stream. Like, I mean, there's a tiny trickle of water that makes it back to the river. We just went through so much mud, and there is no water. I can't imagine what this tie-up looks like. Okay, why did we go through all that mud? To get to here, more specifically here, the showers. So we know we're gonna have to go back through that mud now that we're all clean to get into the kayaks, but we're doing our best. We got cliffs in the Neuse. We just washed out our clothes and our hair. A bunch of stuff is drying on the grass. Just had lunch. Yeah. We had to hike to the top of the cliffs to get to the campground to use the shower after all that mud. So might as well get a view. Ready? And there's our kayaks. That's the way we came. Okay. Time to head back down the trail. Back to the kayaks. The stairs don't look that bad, but they are actually pretty deep. And I'm not wearing proper hiking shoes. I'm wearing my water shoes, so they have a little bit of tread, but they don't do very well over these stupid little ball thingies, whatever they are. But I didn't want to go back through the mud to get my real shoes, especially since my feet were covered in mud. Made it back down. There's the cliffs. That's where I was standing a second ago. We'll be heading back down that way. Here's our bank covered in mud. There's layer with the kayaks. We ended up climbing over the front of the kayaks to get in, which minimized how much mud we got on us. Mission, stay clean, complete. Every morning I loved waking up to see the mist float by down the river. Time for day 5 and nowhere near our original schedule. Just cast it off. Day 5. It takes us like about 2 hours to get ready in the morning and pack up the boat and jump off. It takes so long. Okay, we definitely had warnings to keep away from these water intake drain things, whatever. But we really haven't had a problem with them. In fact, like, we kind of have to get out of the kayaks to get unstuck from the sandbars. So I think we'll be okay. Okay, our original plan for today was to stop at the Kinston campground. Mind you, we change our plans every few hours. So we made it to the campground. There's a slip right up there. It would be nice if the water made it up there, but it doesn't. So we're way out here. Lyra's trying to get her kayak back in the main water. Could not find a bathroom. The signs pointed in both directions, and I think they were keyed anyways. But we found trash and water, so we are set to go a few more miles today. Maybe we'll be able to finish this trip. Not sure. It changes every few hours, so let's go. We found a payphone. Sometimes you just gotta get out of the kayak and walk like little Bo Peep, or who's walking her sheep back to the green field. And it's hot today and the sun is intense, so I'm very much covered up right now. Oh, back to the edge of the ledge. Over the days, I slowly felt my muscles in my back, shoulders, arms slowly become accustomed to being used for hours on end in ways that I don't normally use them while hiking. The river is getting wider. Each day, the temperature outside got hotter and hotter. That, combined with the humidity and all the reflecting light from the sun, especially in the mornings, I just almost felt sick. I was constantly having to dip my shirt in the water just to help cool me off and eat lots more snacks to help keep me calm and happy. By the afternoon, I seemed to calm down, but then the wind would start picking up. Every afternoon, the wind picked up. At least it made it easier to predict what it was going to be like the next day. This water really does look kind of disgusting. As we slowly made our way towards New Bern, I started seriously thinking more and more about the warnings that I had received multiple times throughout this trip of possibly not going beyond New Bern due to dangerous waves. We're both beginners. I really hoped we could still make it, but I had to face the fact that I might not be able to make it. And if we don't make it all the way, then how are we going to get back to the car? On the end of day 6, we made a detour of Core Creek to the Core Creek Landing Campground. Oh, this detour was so beautiful. It felt like I was in Jurassic Park. This was definitely my favorite spot of the river. Between the swamp-like feel and the end-of-day lighting, I just could not get enough of taking pictures and videos. Of course, every time I paused to take a video or picture, the boat would drift sideways into the bank. Okay, I'm talking to you from inside a campground bathroom because there's light and less mosquitoes. So I'm actually feeling kind of defeated right now. Trying not to get too down. I mean, I am very tired. I need to go to sleep. I'm not gonna be able to finish this. There's like the trail. There's a chunk where I can either walk the physical trail, which has a lot of road walking, which I'm tired of, and it's super stressful because you can't find campsites, or you take the river route. So taking the river route so I can finish connecting the two main parts, and then I'll have the trail completed, and I'm not going to be able to complete the river route this trip. Maybe I can come back. It's just not going to happen. I only have so much time, and like we're almost out of food, so we have to get to New Bern tomorrow to get food. But by the time we get there, it's going to be late, and then we won't have anywhere to camp. Like the campgrounds, like there's not really campgrounds. There is a hotel and marina, but they don't have anything for kayaks. There's a hotel on the other side of the river, 2 miles across the river. But then we're stuck on the wrong side of the river is where the car will be, so we're having to end in the outskirts of New Bern and then take a lift back to Havelock and then finish walking back to my car. I won't have connected footsteps. I guess I'll have to come back some other time either to connect those footsteps or finish walking the part of the trail that I was trying to skip with this river. Yep, that's where I'm at. Trying to stay positive. Enjoy the... Looks like tomorrow will probably be the last day of the trip. Okay, good night. Alright, I'm at Core Creek. This is the bathroom. Outdoor sink. It looks like an outhouse, but it does have electricity and a flushing toilet. Also comes with a shower. Couldn't figure out how to get it hot. Not sure if you're supposed to touch something or not, but I didn't. Video cut out. So you have holes for light. There's a handle that as long as you hold the handle down, water will come out. And there's like shampoo and soap. That's about it. There's a little playground. There's like someone's home, so I'll leave that be. As we packed up, a dog suddenly appeared out of nowhere and decided to join us. It is 8:13 in the morning. We just got on the water and it's already hot. The dog ran back and forth, up and down along the bank. What type of creature is this in the water? Is it an alligator? Is it a sea otter? No, it's a dog. Going through the mud. We left the dog behind when we turned back onto the main river. Soon enough, the river started to widen. We started seeing boat traffic that was causing waves, and the temperature soared up into the 90s. It was starting out as a rough day. I sure couldn't wait till our lunchtime break. Lara chose to take the straightest path to minimize distance, whereas I took whichever route was mostly in the shade. After lunch, the struggle to paddle got even worse, and our minds started needing something to help keep us occupied. We've started counting how many school buses are going over this bridge. Gives us something to do. We've gone 2 miles in an hour and a half. That is how awful the wind is against us. Like every time we stop, we go backwards. And this is exhausting. I don't know what to do. We are currently heading back. The wind was so strong. We only went 2 miles in an hour and a half. Every time we stopped, we were going backwards. We still had almost 7 miles to go forward to our stop for the night, which was also the only next boat ramp. And finally, it was just like, we have to go back. Like, there is no going forward. We can't keep going at this pace. We'll never get there. I don't have food for dinner tonight. I mean, I've got a few extra snacks, but... So we're turning around, going back. So we're frustrated, disappointed. I'm kind of done with this trail right now. We're done. But so we're gonna get to this boat ramp, and we're probably gonna have to call a lift. It's gonna be a really long ride, expensive one. But heading back, we will not be doing the full 171 miles. Looks like we'll be finished with 145, which I think that's pretty good for my first long distance kayaking trip. Like, I've done a two, maybe 3 day canoe trip a while ago. I did not organize that trip. That was way easier than this. So this was getting way out of my comfort zone. So, just about done kayaking, I guess.
Lara stayed with the kayaks as I took a 50-minute ride back to Havelock
And started my 2-mile walk back to my car. After walking a mile, I realized I forgot my keys with the kayaks, so had to take a ride all the way back to the kayaks before returning back to Havelock. Thankfully, the Lyft driver took me all the way to my car so I didn't have to walk the last 2 miles. I didn't make it back to Lara till after 11 p.m. After all the frustrations of the day, we decided it was best to stay at a hotel for the night. Until next time, farewell, Neuse server, and thank you, Lara, for coming with me.